Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Your super chat support is greatly appreciated. We're going to talk about a very interesting topic going into 2024. Paul Bartlett, first and foremost, thank you for starting off the super chat. To my viewers in Australia, thank you so very much. Happy New Year to you and to everybody here. Matt Gaetz has been officially removed. Kevin McCarthy has officially removed Matt Gaetz. Sorry. What's wrong with me? Matt Gaetz officially removed Kevin McCarthy. He's out of Congress. And the reason is because he wouldn't do what Pelosi would do in his position. Okay? Matt Gaetz and others wanted a Speaker of the House to actually negotiate and utilize leverage. They wanted a Speaker of the House. They wanted a Republican Speaker of the House, not necessarily to bring about a government shutdown, but they wanted a Speaker of the House who would utilize leverage and pressure and influence and be able to say, okay, we run the House of Representatives. We're not going to give in as quickly as Kevin McCarthy did. It's not rocket science. Kevin McCarthy could still be Speaker of the House if he had just listened to Matt Gaetz. And I don't understand, because it was Matt Gaetz who made it very difficult for McCarthy to become Speaker. Again, Paul Bartlett, thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very much, Paul Bartlett, and everybody in the super chat. Thank you so much. Your support helps me do these live streams, everybody. So thank you to the super chat. And if you want to talk about 2024, ask any questions about 2024 via super chat, that'd be greatly appreciated. All Matt Gaetz wanted was the following, and I don't understand, because I don't understand the mentality of somebody like Kevin McCarthy. I really don't. I really don't get it. So here you have Matt Gaetz' motion to force a vote on ousting him from the speakership. Kevin McCarthy writing, "Bring it on." Kevin McCarthy wrote, "Bring it on social media. That was the worst bring it on of all time. Mad Calmark, hello. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you. I hope all is well. Kevin, hello. DBK, hello. Everybody here, hello. So Matt Gaetz files a motion. Kevin McCarthy says, "Bring it on." And then Gaetz says, "Just did." And then the next day he's ousted. Now, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't understand the mentality of a person like Kevin McCarthy. I understand the mentality of a person like Matt Gaetz. He's a populist Republican. He doesn't want endless military conflict. Okay, that's why he's investigated forever. When Republicans like Matt Gaetz, more populist, who are against endless military conduct, against shutdowns, economic shutdowns, they're investigated forever for heinous crimes. And you have 50 intelligence officials go to bat for Hunter, claiming that his laptop is a plot by another country. Ellie, hello. Hello, everybody. So, Robert, hello. Happy New Year to everybody. I don't understand that, I don't understand the mentality of Kevin McCarthy when the only life within the Republican Party is Trump. If you remove Trump from the equation, there's absolutely no way that a Republican defeats Clinton in 2016. There's no way you have a conservative Supreme Court. There's no way you have record low poverty when Trump was in president, record highs in household median income. You don't have the Abraham Accords. You still have Americans in numerous places in the world that Trump brought them out of. And I mean, you don't have a Republican majority in Congress. I don't understand the mentality of not working with a person like Matt Gaetz, because Kevin McCarthy could still be there now. Okay? Now there's another, hopefully the Republican wins, because there's a vacant spot. So I think it's like 7 Republicans. There's a 7 representative difference. They're up by 7 in the House, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it makes no sense. What did he expect? McCarthy, Gaetz, and others were telling McCarthy, if you give in too quickly, it's not a matter of forcing a government shutdown. But in a spending, if there's a rush for a major spending bill, the reason that McCarthy lost his job was because there was a vote on a major spending bill, and time was of the essence. And if they didn't pass the budget, there would be a government shutdown. But when that happened during President Trump's administration, that was 100% Trump's fault. Okay, 100% Trump's fault. It wasn't the Democrats' fault, who refused to give in to his spending, or what he wanted to spend on, who wanted more spending. So they're able to play hardball, and they're able to negotiate, and that's okay. But when Republicans negotiate, or when a person like Kevin McCarthy is in the position to force a showdown, they just cower and they just go ahead, and they don't want any negative media coverage, and they just want to pass a spending bill as fast as possible. You could have waited until the final moments right before a government shutdown and said, okay, let's at least get, let's at least limit some foreign spending for the endless military conflict in Ukraine. Okay, he could have done that, but he didn't. And now he's out of Congress. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Because you have a person like Kevin McCarthy who knows politics a lot more than he knows Congress, a lot more than I do. So he knows Congress a lot better than I do. Okay, so I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Why give up the Speaker of the House position simply to spite Matt Gaetz? Because it's not, if you're Kevin McCarthy, you're more of an establishment Republican. It's not the establishment Republicans that bring life or energy or electricity to the Republican Party. It's Trump. It's people like Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rand Paul. Okay, it's those types of people that push back against a very corrupt system. If there's another nationwide economic shutdown pushed by Democrats, it'll be Matt Gaetz that opposes that. And it'll be Mitt Romney that says, just do what you're told. So I just don't get it. I mean, you have Kevin McCarthy, who was very upset, very angry that he left. He was scorned. And you could have kept the speakership. He could have kept the speakership, but he decided not to. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no clue. But here, why oust McCarthy? Gaetz and his fellow GOP holdouts wanted to put an end to that practice and return to regular order. The consideration and passage of the individual annual spending bills, the argument went, would allow them to extract deeper spending cuts than would otherwise be possible through an omnibus bill, which is often hastily approved with less popular provisions tied to must-pass items. McCarthy brought up, and the House passed 4 individual spending bills, but said a continuing resolution would be needed to avoid shutdown. Gaetz and about a dozen other Republicans saw this as McCarthy going back on the terms of their deal to support him, and the Speaker in the speakership when he first became speaker and refused to go along with funding extension. Gaetz warned that he would call a vote for McCarthy's job if he worked with Democrats on a fundraising extension. So there you go. It was pretty clear what took place. And just to kind of bring home the point, it's not McCarthy, it's not a traditional Republican that is going to bring back the White House to a Republican. Okay, it's not a traditional Republican. It's Trump. The only reason, look, if Chris Christie or Nikki Haley, you could say, I mean, there are polls that show Haley or DeSantis versus Biden, they would be down 5 or 6 points now. If media leveled everything that media has, if media leveled their sights at Nikki Haley, or if media leveled their sights and focused intently on DeSantis, they'd be 5-6 points down. Okay, only Trump can be 1 point up in an average of polls. Actually, he's more than 1 point up. But you have 8 points, 2 points, and he's indicted with 91 criminal charges. Do you understand? 91 criminal charges, and he's still defeating the incumbent with Trump has almost 100% negative media coverage, almost 100% negative media coverage. He has 91 criminal charges that will be overturned by the Supreme Court. Just like, I mean, be here for the live stream this week. I'm going to have a live stream tomorrow. 2 live streams tomorrow. I'll try to do 2 live streams a day. One in the early afternoon Pacific and one in the evening time. So every day I'll try to do a live stream at around 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Eastern or so. And then 10 p.m. Eastern. And I'll start the day with an upload. So every day we'll have an upload. But the super chat is below. All you have to do is sometimes depending on the phone, it might be a little different how you get to it, but it is below next to the where you go ahead and is where the chat is. But ladies and gentlemen, you look, Trump is up. Trump is up because people are tired of Bidenomics. Love trucks, hello. People are tired of Bidenomics. They're tired of it, okay? We're heading into, and I talked about this, a devastating stock market crash. Okay, this was because of the economic shutdown that Democrats pushed for 3 years ago. Okay, we're heading towards a devastating stock market crash, and it's like all Republicans have to do, all they have to do is listen to Matt Gaetz and Trump, and everything will be fine. If they listen to the more establishment type of individuals like Kevin McCarthy, because McCarthy, he knows a lot about politics. He understands, Kevin McCarthy understands a great deal about the House of Representatives and local politics, or I should say state level politics. He understands how to win a House contest. He understands the ins and outs of, the political maneuvering in the House of Representatives, the Senate, the U.S. Congress. Kevin McCarthy is very knowledgeable. I'm not saying that he knows a great deal more about Congress and its inner workings than I do. What he doesn't understand, what Kevin McCarthy doesn't understand, and what I understand, what you understand as well, we're cognizant and we're aware that the lifeblood or the engine or the momentum, the electricity, the interest within the Republican Party has nothing to do with establishment older Republicans. It has to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, the older that regime that used to run the Republican Party. That's no longer interesting. In fact, that's repulsive for a great many people. Okay? White Lotus, hello, Happy New Year. Natalie, Happy New Year. What you want, if you're voting for Trump, you're an anti-war, you don't want endless military conflict, you don't want to fund endless military conflict against a nuclear-armed country. Okay, that's different from funding a very small country, which is the only ally we have in a region for a certain amount of time. Okay, and Biden's foreign policy forced that outcome in Europe. You don't tell the world that you're pushing for one country to join NATO, and then when the country asks, you then say no. Or you don't answer them. You know very well that if you push for that country to join, there's going to be hostilities on a grandiose scale. And it's like the foreign policy. When Biden defeated Trump, I said the first thing I said was the following. And to your super chat, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Your support is greatly appreciated. The first thing I said is there's going to be a massive military conflict. And then we're seeing all of these problems around the world. And they're only going to be exacerbated when there's a crash. Okay? You don't just, what Democrats have done is they've pumped billions and billions of dollars into their pet projects, and it hasn't helped the country. The poverty rate has increased. John, hello. Happy New Year, everybody. The poverty rate has increased in the United States of America. DVK, I'm looking at it right here. I'm pressing it. I don't want to give myself one, but I think the super chat's working on my end. Sometimes DVK, sometimes the super chat doesn't really work. I mean, a super chat should always work. Depending on the phone, sometimes it doesn't. But you're just being here. I appreciate you being here. And yes, Petey, ain't no future in your front. Petey, hello. Paradox, thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciated, Paradox. That's right. Who remembers it? There ain't no future in your front. That was one of the best rap songs, one of the great rappers. That was what I said was going to be the last 2020 contest, because all they were doing was pretending they were something they're not. Democrats. It actually worked for them. So, Paradox, thank you. Petey, hello. Paradox, thank you so very much to my super chat. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's interesting because MC Breed, he was amazing. MC Breed, ain't no future in your frontin'. I loved music back then. I loved hip hop in the 90s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, and rap. I liked music a lot better back then. Maybe I was younger. I just think the music was a lot better. I think in every genre, you could say the music was better. I think movies were better. I don't really, I look back and it's almost like in many ways when I when I listen to music and watch movies, I'm living in the past. Okay. I don't see the point in the 5,000th remake of an Avengers film or, a franchise, the 1 millionth franchise blockbuster movie. There are no interesting movies anymore. Exactly, Gloria. There's no interesting movies anymore. At least in my viewpoint. Every movie or like a lot of the sitcoms now, they're always trying to message. They're always trying to. Democrats have this like really warped ideology on so many things, and we crossed the Rubicon in 2016. 2017, 2018, things were still kind of normal, kind of. Then you got into 2020. Aaron, hello. American Girl! American Girl. Hey, HA, it's been a hot minute, but been catching you. If it's Happy New Year, it's going to be a fast-paced, wild one, no doubt. I think it'll be very fast-paced. I agree with you. I agree with you. And Paradox, thank you again. Thank you again, Paradox. American Girl, thank you. I think it's going to be fast-paced. Be here, Paradox, American Girl, Paul Bartlett, everyone. Dying to Die, everybody here. Be here in November. Insubordinate, hello. In November of 2024, this November. Can you imagine Trump regaining the Oval Office and the response? The response. I mean, this is interesting. I want to show you this. Remember when Nancy Pelosi tore up the State of the Union? Could you imagine Kevin McCarthy doing something like this? Could you imagine anybody like they say that Trump is this monster and he breaks norms and traditions. Could you imagine Trump tearing up a State of the Union? Pony Soldier, thank you. Yes, PD was gifted a membership by Pony Soldier. I love it. I love it. Pony Soldier, you are the best. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that. PD, thank you. Paradox, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you. American Girl, thank you. But can you imagine anyone in the Republican, like Marjorie Taylor Greene has never done anything like this. Lauren Boebert has never done anything like this. Yet media like stepped it up. Pelosi felt liberated after ripping up. Liberated from what? I mean, this is the type of thing that they were able to do. And McCarthy couldn't even negotiate in the same, like, in anywhere close in terms of the same manner. They're able to go ahead and just tear up State of the Union addresses. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand how. I understand the double standard. I get that. I understand that media is firmly on the side of the Democratic Party, almost always. I get that. But what I don't get is, how do you not see this if you're Kevin McCarthy? How do you not, if you're Kevin McCarthy, how do you not see this image and say, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to battle and we're peacefully, oh Lord, we're going to engage in the same type of politics because no matter what Republicans do, there'll be negative media coverage. But Pelosi played hardball. Pelosi did not care about decorum. She did everything possible to weaken Trump's presidency. Every single thing possible. Jaded Vegas! Aloha, actually, happy New Year to y'all. 2024 will no doubt be a heck of a ride. It will be. Thank you. Jaded Vegas, thank you for becoming a member. That's right, it will. And I can't wait for you and everybody to be on the live stream November 2024 is going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Jaded Vegas, thank you for becoming a member. And thank you for watching always. You look at this coming year. DVK! Try again. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope this one goes through. It did. Thank you, DVK. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. To the super chat on this channel, your support is greatly appreciated. I have DVK and Jaded Vegas, everybody here, Paul and Paradox, American Girl, everyone here. If you look at my YouTube channel, I have one of the highest. It's not like I don't have many subs. I don't have many views. Often it's like, the number of views isn't, that high. The number of subscribers, thankfully, it's over 200,000. But I compete in all of YouTube. I have one of the highest rankings for engagement. So the people who do watch my channel are really engaged. They go back, they watch. So I have, thank God, I have viewers who have been here for 5 years or more, and they're interested in the channel, in my viewpoint, and I thank you so very much. So, and you know what? We could potentially get to 300,000 or more at the end of this year. I really do believe that. I really do believe that. Because this year is going to be very interesting. I think it'll be beautiful. I think Trump will come back. I don't think it'll be media and Democrats and Hollywood, and they will try everything to destroy the campaign and Trump's ability to regain the Oval Office. I don't think it's going to happen because we're heading towards a terrible market crash. DVK, thank you again. I think that there's really nothing they're able to do. If Biden is down 1 point now in an average of polls, and then you have a stock market crash, there's nothing that they're able to do. And they could also lose the Senate. So, I mean, it's just the meltdown. I just bring this up. I've been bringing this up lately. Imagine all of the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who disowned friends and family. Imagine those people who just disowned friends and family and don't want to talk to a Trump supporter or a Trump voter because, they'll be impure, or they'll be, it's immoral to have a friend who likes Trump, or it's immoral to vote for Trump. And imagine what happens. Imagine what happens when Trump regains the Oval Office. How will these people, these people who have watched CNN and MSNBC for 7 straight years, can you imagine that? Can you imagine watching MSNBC, CNN, reading the Washington Post and the New York Times, going to bed and watching Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert, and then watching Trump regain the Oval Office? Yeah! Oh my God. The cognitive dissonance would be enough to end countless stars in the galaxy. The cognitive dissonance would be like a galaxy full of stars light years away imploding. It's really interesting to me. Yes! SQ! Tear Hog, hello! Speaking of 80s, 90s hip hop, I was in the Navy with Stanley Kirk Burrell. He was incredible then. Nice! Nice! SQ Tear Hog, thank you so very much. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like the 80s and everything. I love MC Hammer. I love MC Hammer. Love, 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 love MC Hammer. Well, that was also SQ Terhog. I remember when, like, in the late 80s and then early 90s, and like everybody was a fan. It doesn't matter, like, because there was no internet, if you were popular, then the whole world knew who you are. I could fly next to a recording star, like a pop star or, a rapper or a hip hop star. I could be, let's just say, on a plane. That person could be a multi-millionaire, multi-platinum, super famous. I wouldn't know who the person is. Because you could be extremely famous, a millionaire, platinum albums or whatever, but you might not be globally famous today because of the internet, or you're not famous throughout the country. Because the internet and social media, mainly the internet, the way the music industry is now as segmented, you can be very famous, but not recognized throughout the country. In the days of MC Hammer, everyone knew who he was because his music was played all throughout radio stations, and not everybody listens to radio anymore. I don't really even know, like, I don't even think you would have to listen to radio or buy a CD. Now there's a million different ways to just listen to whomever you want. So it was a different ball game. I don't think there's ever going to be anyone as famous or popular or as successful in terms of record sales as Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Elvis. I don't think there's anyone that's going to be as successful or as popular or as influential in terms of music as Michael Jackson or Frank Sinatra or Elvis Presley. I don't, because the entire planet knew who you are. Like, Prince, for example, the entire planet knew. Nowadays, it's just different. I don't know. It's just, everything's different now. Everything's different now. But yes, SQT Hog, thank you. To the super chat, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, so Trump has 91 criminal charges, and that's like Kevin McCarthy doesn't get this, and I don't understand why he wouldn't understand this. I don't get it. I just don't get it. By the way, that is cranberry juice. It really is cranberry juice. I'm telling you the truth. Um, that could be. That could be just because of the increase in the number of the population increase. So Taylor Swift might have broken Elvis's record, but I guess, but you know what? Would you really? I don't know. There's a lot of people who wouldn't know. Like, if they sat next to Taylor Swift, I don't think there's a lot. There's a lot of people who wouldn't know who she was. You know. Thank you, Petey. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. But all Kevin McCarthy had to do was play ball. Sometimes you just have to play ball. You can't have everything your way. You know, McCarthy wanted everything his way. He couldn't adapt to a changing Republican Party. And the interesting thing is the Republican Party is becoming more and more populist. Okay, a populist political party is the best political party for working people because you're focusing on the economic results. Paul Bartlett, hello. The economic results are what a populist politician will focus on. You look and it's like we had record low poverty under Trump. We had record low unemployment under Trump. And we didn't have the inflation and we didn't have the interest rates. People cannot buy homes now. They cannot buy houses now. JB, hello. People cannot buy houses now because interest rates are way too high. So, I mean, all Democrats have is a media machine, a 24/7 media machine, 24/7. Okay, the media machine cannot stop Trump, really. They can get close to stopping Trump. Now, the only people who could stop Trump from regaining the Oval Office are state-level Republicans. So the Republican Party could, do itself in. And that's why I think, the funny thing is I think that McCarthy and Haley, I think that DeSantis and Haley, even though they're basically out of contention, they ran because they said, well, there's a chance that even the Republican Party bans him from running as if he's convicted. The problem, however, is that they'll do the same thing. Matt Gaetz is under criminal investigation. There are criminal investigations all the time leveled at Republicans. Not very often do you get a criminal investigation leveled at a Democrat, even though you have 50 intelligence officials coming out saying, oh yeah, Hunter's laptop with all that information on there, that all that evidence of criminal activity, and we'll get impeachment. So that's another curveball, because you're going to get impeachment. And you might even have a Democrat or two. I mean, I don't know, but you might even have a Democrat. We'll see. You might even have a Democrat or two vote to impeach, but I don't think that's a possibility. He'll be so unpopular. Could you imagine if there's an impeachment proceeding and there's also a stock market crash? Can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine? You have an impeachment proceeding and a stock market crash and a financial meltdown. It doesn't matter if Trump's convicted 4 times. He'll probably be convicted 3 times, but it'll be overturned. So, SQ Tier Hog, thank you. HA, thanks for bringing us all that you do. HA, Happy New Year to all. Thank you so very much. Happy New Year to you. SQ Tier Hog, thank you. And thank you for always watching. I do see your comments, for so long. And, thank you so very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated, everybody. SQ Tier Hog, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Your support means a lot. And like I said, SQ, be here. Can you imagine? SQ, can you imagine everybody here? Paul, Toli, Anthony, everybody here, DVK. Can you imagine, Petey, how good it's going to feel in November when you had everybody who even thought of voting for Trump had friends and family chastise them, maybe disown them, get into arguments at Thanksgiving. Oh my God, how many arguments at Thanksgiving from the morally superior? Truth out, hello. How many arguments? How many people here? Here, let's do a poll. SQ, thank you again, so greatly appreciated. Let's do a poll. Okay, okay, so hold on 1 second. Did you have a family or friend, your family or friend that ruined Thanksgiving or any holiday dinner because of Trump? So, did you have a family member or friend that ruined Thanksgiving or any holiday dinner because of Trump? Let me ask you a question. So, the people who say no, God bless you. You have, you're in a better situation than a lot of others. Good, thankfully. Good. So so let's see, 67. But you know what? It's just there's so many families. Good. So thankfully, Thanksgiving and others. Maybe not this year. I'm talking about at any point in time in the past 7 years. I should have said the past 7 years. In any point in time the past 7 years. So, SQ, thank you again. So, it's just unbelievable. And you gotta ask yourself, how are they going to react? How are they going to react? You spent 7 years of your life thinking that Trump is the absolute most evil person who's ever existed, and then he regains the Oval Office. It'll be worse than the on 2016, that meme. It'll be worse than that. And of course, Democrats will probably, spark up the demonstrations again. Oh my God, the resistance. Oh my God. Oh boy, he's going to be resisted. They're going to resist him again. And it's like, God forbid you just say you don't like, let's say you don't like Trump, leave it at that. But then you have to attach this moral component as you actively tell people to vote for Biden, who is one of the most corrupt presidents we've had. I mean, it's a blatant racketeering and a blatant graft and bribery scheme, and they say Trump is corrupt because of a speech. I mean, it's like unbelievable. SQ Tierhawk, thank you again. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Freddie, hello. Yeah, I mean, that's why I suggest everybody don't speak about politics, get off social media. Do not speak about politics. Tough it out, hello. Tough it out. I did the other day. I hadn't done it in a long time, but 80-pound dumbbell incline press. And I'm going to try to get to 100-pound dumbbell incline press. So I think the next step will be 90-pound dumbbell incline press. And so we'll see. I think it's possible. Paul, hello. Thank you as always, Paul. SQ, thank you again. Greatly, greatly appreciated. We got 15 more minutes, everybody. You look and Trump has higher favorability numbers than Biden, which is absolutely really amusing. You can look right here. He has better favorability numbers than Biden, and he has only negative media coverage leveled against him. Only negative media coverage. And people don't understand, like, they don't get that if you have the entire, and it's not just American media, it's global as well. You have the entire American media apparatus, and like BBC and you know, media in the UK and elsewhere, just focusing on Trump, and he's still up. If media was like it was prior to 2016, where they just kind of didn't care, Trump would be up 10 or 12. Donald Trump would be up 10 or 12 points. What am I doing? Donald Trump would be up 10 or 12 points if you had media that just didn't care. So, he has to do different things. I agree. He has to, this time around, Trump has to, you know, take the gloves, throw the gauntlet down, take the gloves off, however you want to phrase it. The interesting thing is he'll be convicted. This will be a year where Trump will be convicted. There'll be a stock market crash. Biden will be impeached, and Trump will regain the Oval Office. And thank God, too, because the world has had enough of Democratic Party foreign policy. I mean, it's like, it's really unbelievable. It's unbelievable how you look at blue states, for example, major cities in blue. I mean, how do you continue to see your city just descending into madness and you just vote for the same people over and over again? Well, that's the Democratic Party. SQ, thank you. And I mean, this is going to be really, really. Can you imagine Trump on Truth Social when there's a market crash? He's like, Sleepy Joe, asleep again. Sleepy Joe. Oh, I can't do it. My voice is. I don't do good, Trump. I can't do it. Oh my God, I can't do it. My voice is. You know what? When my voice gets better, I can kind of do a Trump, but I can do a bunch of other voice. I don't even remember the voices I could do. It's been so long since I've done live streams regularly, but I will have a live stream, everybody, twice tomorrow as well. Every day I'll try to do 2 live streams as well. Yes, Freddie, exactly. Jim Cramer. Ah, Jim Cramer. Oh man, what does Jim Cramer think? Oh, that's great. Oh my God. Oh my God. That means the depression's coming. No. Oh my, Jim Cramer says recession not coming. No. No. Not only will the recession, there'll be a meteor coming. A meteor will come. No, Kramer, why did you have to say that? Popeye, hello. Thank you, Gloria. God bless you. Jim Cramer says recession not coming. Let's see this. Let's see this right here. This is hilarious. He announced this program. A recession is not coming. This, of course, means a recession is coming. Oh my God. This is not a good omen. This is the equivalent of seeing a dorsal fin as you're swimming in the ocean. Jim Cramer says recession is not coming. Well, I'm more confident than ever that, unfortunately, a terrible recession will come and a stock market. You don't really even need You don't need a recession to bring about a stock market crash. Unfortunately, you can have a stock market crash to bring about a recession. So, all I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is um, no social media, no message board based platforms. Do not get into any debates or discussions with any family member, friend, or stranger or coworker on politics for the next year. And Anthony, hello. Exactly. And SQ, everybody here. Paul Bartlett, everyone here. DVK, everybody. American Girl, everyone here. Thank you so very, very. Paradox, thank you so very much. God bless you all. Happy New Year to you, everybody. Focus on health and happiness and, start doing things that make you happy. Start playing an instrument, writing poetry, watching old movies, reading books, going to the range, Second Amendment, whatever, safely, peacefully, whatever you enjoy, buy yourself some nice clothing tonight, whatever you want to do on Amazon or whatever, any other site. treat yourself good this year. This is going to be an enjoyable year. It could be very stressful for some people, but it should not be. Just tune in every day. I'll try to do at least 2 live streams a day. I'll have a live stream tomorrow at around 4 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, everybody, God bless. To my super chat, thank you. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Oh, by the way, I will be building the stock market crash channel and the Bitcoin crash channels. So please go ahead and they're on my homepage on YouTube. Subscribe to them as well. Thanks, everybody. God bless.